All right, guys, welcome to the 3 out of 5 podcast.
I'm your host. You got beef.
Yeah, I guess he's the host. All right, we've got beef here. We've got Kanashi here. Hey there, Kanashi.
How's it going, guys?
We've got T here. Yeah, she's T, and we have Brooke. You're Brooke, right, Brooke?
Yes, I'm most definitely Brooke.
You want to come back to the fucking light?
Wait, try talking again, Brooke. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Oh
I think we
no,
have to
is
restart
she
again.
lagging? Is she?
So
We're gonna have to restart again.
besides her eating her pizza rolls,
Hey, dog! Don't dog my pizza rolls now. All right.
All right, she's here, guys. She's live. It's fine. All right.
we're okay, guys.
Yeah,
We're
today
okay.
we're
Let's just
talking.
get back to the
Yeah,
regular
today
schedule
we're
program.
talking about.
Childhood fears and
Yeah,
how
good job,
irrational
Beef.
they can be. It's kind of crazy, honestly.
I have plenty.
You have plenty, so
Okay.
go ahead. Why don't you start us off, man? What are some of yours? What were some of yours?
Let's go one at a time. All right, you could tell us one of yours, Kanashi. Then we can.
Of course, man. Well, I feel like in order to start this off, I feel like it'd be a great way to segue into just irrational fears, right? So, back when I was little, I watched this one movie, and the movie was with Mel Gibson. It was called Signs. Okay, and this movie was about aliens, and in one of the fucking scenes, Mel Gibson looks out the window, and he sees this fucking outline of like a little alien dude on the roof. Little as in like 9 feet tall, but like it was just standing on the roof, and it was like you know one of those violin like fucking sharp chirps, and it ran off and shit, and then so that pretty much scarred me for like my whole life, and so I had actually it was beyond me. I had a lot of nightmares, and like that shit. Every time I looked out the window at night, I just couldn't do it because like I would constantly imagine and like an outline of just a fucking alien dude just looking at me and shit. And yeah, that I mean I guess like in a way my mom would play tricks on me and shit too. Like so I would think I'd see it out of the corner of my eye. But I mean I feel like that's a pretty strong one to start off with. I feel like for an irrational.
Honestly,
To
I
be
wouldn't
afraid
say
of
it's
aliens.
irrational. Yeah, you were a kid, so that makes sense.
I'm afraid of a movie. Well, it's not like a movie, but it's like what the movie's based on.
And what is the movie, Brooke?
Alright,
I
so
mean-
Brooke, he's next.
I mean, well, okay, look. When I watched this movie as a kid, it was like I was like addicted to watching scary movies. I still am. I watch like a lot of scary movies in my free time. It's probably one of the only genres I really watch now. But Stephen King's Children of the Corn.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, well, I lived in a little trailer in the middle of nowhere, and I lived right next to a cornfield. Like it was directly across from my driveway. So when you'd go out of the house, you just see corn. And whenever I first
I'm jealous.
Well, whenever I first watched the movie, I was like, well, damn, because we have a lot of, like, kids and stuff that had lived out there, and they would, like, just go play in the cornfield like it was normal, and I couldn't go over there because I thought that if I went in there, that I was gonna die by these little kids because of this movie.
Wow.
I feel like movies are a pretty good cause of a lot of childhood fears.
Yeah.
My
why
grandma was the biggest
censorship
cause of
matters.
mine.
Your grandma?
Really? What
Your
was
grandma.
Yeah.
What
The
was
fuck,
your
Granny?
childhood fear?
What happened?
T.
Okay, so like one of them, I didn't like to eat. Like I was a really picky eater as a kid, because my family, instead of feeding me soup when I was sick, they'd like force me to eat like seafood and shit, which is why I still hate seafood.
I feel that.
But
Interesting. This is relatable. Sorry, go ahead.
But, like, okay, so, like, there's this one, I feel like it was, like, a solid week, it felt like, where I just didn't want to eat anything my grandma cooked, because I thought it was all gross. And one morning she walked up to me. She's like, "Listen, if you don't eat, you're gonna get worms in your stomach." And I was like, "Well, how do you get worms in your stomach? Can I say this?" She always pointed out, like, you know, the commercials where a penny a day feeds an African child.
Yeah.
Yeah, she told me their stomachs were full of worms because they didn't eat.
My God.
And she said that would be me. So that was one of my fears.
Bro.
Yeah, that sounds kind of scary.
That's
That
pretty
sounds-
fucked,
Yeah.
dude. Shout out to Granny.
It
though.
is.
She got your ass to eat.
No,
For
I
real?
didn't, dude. I would not touch food still.
Oh,
So
yeah, so you got
you
worms
was
now?
just
Shit. that's
having
crazy.
worms. in
Yeah,
your stomach
yeah,
now.
I have worms. Dude, it was like, I didn't realize that was a load of shit until I was like 13.
Damn.
Very
Wow.
interesting.
I'm an idiot.
A good couple of years to. What finally took you over? Like, what made you realize it wasn't true?
Well, I had forgotten about it. I think like the last time I remember thinking about it was when I was like 6 or 7.
Sorry.
And
I got something to share.
I'd forgotten about it up until I was like 13. Like I just sat down one day and I was like, wait a minute.
Did you Google it?
That shit don't make no sense. No, like I literally sat down and I was like,
She
this makes no
extensively-
sense.
She
So-
extensively read
so-
studies on.
She read articles and research papers on why worms can't come in your stomach. Like,
Well, it was more so my
it's like,
grandma
it's like a
said
watermelon
it.
growing in your stomach.
It's all
My
Oh,
grandma
yeah,
said it, so I was like, it
watermelon.
must be true.
Dude, I remember that. Oh my god. Oh man, you just okay. That's one of mine, I guess. My fucking my dad told me that like a watermelon would grow in your stomach or some shit if you ate. He would just say that to mess with me though. But I was
But, okay, alright, so I just wanna this has nothing to really do with child fear. I guess it could technically you could rewrap it, but like I remember when I got told that Santa wasn't real, and like let me tell you something, I took it pretty badly. So
personally.
like I was like
Wait,
chilling.
you believed in
In
Santa?
Santa?
So anyway,
I
I was
thought I
chilling
was
down on the
stupid.
table,
Oh
and my
God.
mom was like
Jesus Christ.
was talking to me. I'm sorry you had a bad family, too. My family's beautiful. So like I was chilling down at like the kitchen table, and my mom was just like, "Listen, I know this is random, but like, I feel like you're at that age, you know." Like, she was like, "Obviously, you know, Santa, he's not real," and like, I was like, I for some reason was arguing with her. Like, I was like, "No, he's definitely real. You're just being freaking weird." And so it got to the point where I was like, "Damn." My own mom's telling me it's not real. I guess he's not. So like I just I walked out of the room. I sat down on my dining room table, and I just cried for like 15 minutes straight. Like I remember just like the thought of just like just the idea of me just chilling there at the fucking dining room table, and that was pretty much
Can I
my
interrupt real quick?
the lowest
Does
point of
does
my
this
my
really count
childhood.
as a fear or like a harsh reality?
Bro,
I
he
mean,
said
No,
it
this
didn't.
is just I mentioned it. I was just like I told you this is just
It
a little
really
sidebar.
upset him that Santa was not real.
Yeah, it created a lasting effect. You see.
Dude, what has Santa ever
Exactly.
done for you, man?
Oh, fucking bring me every single toy.
This
what?
fucking fat, imaginative guy that just shows up in your... breaks literally into your house every fucking year at the same time, gives you, like, random shit.
And never gets caught, bro. This
Yeah,
guy's a
never
fucking
gets caught,
pro.
bro. Like, this man is literally a spy.
I discovered Santa wasn't real because of my mom.
I remember being very skeptical of Santa when I was young, and I remember when I found out he wasn't real, I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't told that. I wasn't told that. I just saw them packing. I saw like my parents packing the fucking presents.
Yeah, I saw my mom putting them under the tree.
I heard mine through the other room, bro. I heard them rapping shit, and then I was like... I just kind of cried myself to sleep. I was like... I knew that bitch wasn't real.
Yeah, I remember.
Damn.
I'd see like on the fucking present, it would be like from Santa. I'd be like, yeah, bullshit. Yeah, all right.
Y'all
Yeah, my
capping.
family just couldn't even afford to pretend Santa was a thing. It was just like, look, I bought you 2 gifts this year. Merry Christmas. You have a roof over your head. And I'm like, you know what? Bet.
You got
Bet.
it right. You got a point.
I was in the 3rd grade telling kids Santa didn't exist.
Damn.
I was an asshole.
T, you're ruthless.
I am.
So, anyways, Beef, how about you give us one of your childhood fears?
I don't really have any, but I guess if I had to pick any, I guess I don't know if you would call it irrational or rational, but it was a mixture of this video I saw where this dude had like a spider in his ear, and then the show I watched called I think it's called Raising Hope, and this guy's girlfriend like wore pantyhose over her head because she didn't want to get bugs in her ears like a kid or something. And then
Oh my God.
she just grew up always having that pantyhose over her head when she fell asleep. So like for the longest time, I would have a pillow over my head. So yeah. Dude, the video I saw was fucking creepy, bro. This dude like zooms in on his ear and there's like little eyes poking out through the light, bro. Oh, it's so creepy,
I
bro. You
understand.
just hear him freaking
Spiders
out.
are one of my biggest fears, and
Oh.
like whenever Kaden tells me that like you eat like 7 spiders a year in your sleep, I just died. I internally cringed so hard at the thought.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, think of all the bugs you eat in your food daily.
Oh my god.
No,
you're
I
not
don't
making
wanna
it any
think about
better.
Well, I'm just saying, it
You
helps
just gave
me.
Brooke an adulthood fear, T.
Whoops.
Honestly, all spiders just need to die.
Bro,
Yes,
they're
big
fucking,
facts.
they're wonderful.
No,
They keep the nest.
they
Okay.
need to be burnt with fire.
No, because on the topic of childhood fears, and it's like an adulthood fear as well, I hate things that fly. Like insects, flying insects, I hate them. Can't stand them. That's why I
So,
love
like,
spiders.
Oh, you don't like jumping
cicadas?
ones.
Like cicadas.
Like, I don't like
flies,
cicadas, I don't like
butterflies.
lake flies, I don't like mayflies, I don't like moths. I'm horrified of butterflies, ladybugs.
What?
I don't mind flies because I can kill them, but I don't like when they buzz in my fucking ear, dude. I hate anything that makes a buzzing sound. Except bees. Bees are kind of cool, but
I don't like
The only
wasps.
thing I don't like
so
You know.
flies are probably like mosquitoes and
Oh,
like those
fuck
fucking
no.
those those
I hate
big I don't even know what they're
mosquitoes.
called, like those big ass flies. Fucking
horse
like,
flies?
yeah, horse flies or like the ones I think
Cicadas?
they,
Is that a fly?
yeah. I don't know,
Cicada
maybe.
is a cicada.
Yeah, it's a cicada. But yeah, I remember I was afraid of spiders when I was a kid, specifically because I saw a movie. I think it was a pretty campy movie too. I think it was called Daddy Long Legs or something like that.
Oh,
I would have
man.
died.
And it was like just a movie about giant spiders like
Oh my
fucking
God,
up
no.
a city or some shit.
No.
And I was like, no, dude.
That is my biggest
No.
fear. Spiders, I can't do spiders. Like, literally, if I see the smallest spider in my general vicinity, I scream like a little bitch and run away.
The only thing I find scary about spiders is killing them because I don't like the crunching sound.
I don't give a fuck. If someone else can kill it, that's fine. I don't care. But I don't want to be near it.
So I gotta kill it fast as fuck, boy. Like, literally stomp the shit out of that bitch. Give it no time. If you hear the crunch, you're doing it too slow.
I can't do it at all, dude. It makes me sad.
Okay, how the fuck are you scared of butterflies? Can we go back to that?
Because they fucking flap in your ears, dude.
So you don't
Spiders
just,
don't do-
you just don't like the general sound of the flapping?
Okay, because okay, when I was in the 2nd grade, my teacher left me in the butterfly tent when she took the class for a restroom break, and the butterflies started flying around me, and I didn't like it.
Did you scream?
Oh, dang.
No, I didn't scream, but I cried.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, you know, like butterflies are like a good omen, and apparently that represents like your grandparents.
They
coming
look
back
like
to visit you.
worms.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
they're
well, they were
supposed to be a
caterpillars,
good
so-
thing.
They're worms.
So like,
They're flying
I had a
worms.
fear when I was little about fucking what was it, Japanese hornets or some shit, like the killer bees, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
And I had a fear because I watched a documentary that they would like, because they were apparently spreading all over the U.S. or at least in Canada, California.
I know what you're talking
And I
about.
thought they would just take over. I thought they were just gonna like take over, and then like I'll die by like killer bees or some shit. Like I'm just gonna like walk outside and step in some
So
shit.
death by a killer bee basically is your fear.
Like that was one of them. Dude, it was bad. My
Wait.
childhood, I was just like a fucking.
Can we all agree we've all watched 1,000 Ways to Die as kids?
Agreed.
I so
Yeah.
much of it.
Okay, what is
Agreed.
the episode that stands out the most to you?
The
Dude,
one
I-
person who died by laughing too much. I like that one.
For my one, it was, I don't know if it was a specific episode, but I just remember a lot of episodes where like the smallest shit would like kill people. Or like the smallest thing would like cause something internal to like just make them die. And I was like, and that made me afraid of just like random shit killing you.
Dude, same.
and eventually I was just like, yeah, I guess you can't really control that. So I just fucking stopped.
Yeah,
I
there
guess,
was
but,
one-
yeah, that was-
There was one that I watched. It was the most funniest shit ever when I was little. Was this dude was trying to slip a laxative to his like buddy that was with his girl or some shit. I don't remember this context. He walks outside, accidentally poisons himself. He tries to shit in a trash can. He gets stuck. He falls into the trash can and rolls over. He goes flying down the fucking hill, and he goes off this jump and dies. It was the most funniest
I
shit
remember that
that
one.
like I've ever seen.
Dude, I like the one where they're like, it's this guy. I think it was two guys in the park in the middle of the night, and they were really drunk. And the one guy stripped down to his underwear, and they lubed him up and put him in one of those baby swings. And then he got stuck. So instead of helping him out, they just left him there, and he died in the swing.
I think I remember
What
that
the
one.
fuck?
Yeah.
The one that stands out the most to me is the one where this dude like had an obsession with putting shit in his asshole, so he put a shampoo bottle in there and then went to the
Oh,
hospital
oh,
and
I
then
remember
put
that one.
he put like something glass in there and then it broke and he died from internal bleeding.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Apparently, I've missed all the good episodes. Cause what the
Yeah.
fuck, bro? Who directed these?
The only one I specifically remember, like off the top of my head, is like the one where this guy was like extremely afraid of like people. He had like a fear of people like, I don't know, trying to spy on him or like come into his house or some shit. So he like rigged his house with like booby traps, but he didn't know that he like sleptwalked or something.
Oh
So
my
he
God.
ends up like triggering one of his own booby traps, which like fucking shot him in the head or some shit.
Some good shit right there.
So he had just like very bad paranoia and booby trapped his house and died by his own accord.
Yeah, basically.
I feel like we should go back to childhood fears. I think we've been bringing
I bet
it.
that guy had a childhood fear. You know, I
That
bet
guy had many
Yeah.
fears, bro. Honestly, the creative director for that show deserves an Emmy because that is some creative shit, man.
Yes.
Or
that
some
is
really
100%
strong
facts.
psychotic meds.
Beef, what's one of your fears?
I already told mine. I don't want spiders in my ear, man.
What about
That's all.
Beans? Beans, what scares you?
I remember one thing I was afraid of, a very specific thing. Yeah, I was afraid of the guy in the Chuck E. Cheese suit at Chuck E. Cheese. I still like Chuck E. Cheese a lot. I still liked going there. I just wanted him to be kept the fuck away from me. But I'd always see him at the corner of my eye, and I would cry.
Dude, when they had the bands on stage, bro, and the fucking animatronics were like
It just
staring deep
looks
in
Yeah,
at
your
man,
soul,
I
you.
bro.
could not do that. I could
I
not.
loved those things. Are you kidding?
Dude,
Oh
it
my
stares
God.
into your soul, and it will. I swear, it's like
Dude,
Five
I
Nights at
remember
Freddy's.
being-
It
That's
will
because
kill
that's
you
because
if
none
you're
of them
there
were on
after
Firefly
night
T. That's
time.
why you loved them. All
Oh,
right.
I remember being the
yo.
only kid standing in front of the stage. It was like me and two other kids always.
Honestly, it's kind of a miracle Chuck E. Cheese is still around. I have no idea how.
I've
Discount
seen
pizza.
I've seen
I had
videos that
I
they
had
were
this fear.
abandoned.
I still have this fear actually. I grew up with it, I guess.
Women.
I had a fear that like
Oh my God.
it's fucking hilarious. Alright, so like I had a fear that I would be sleeping in my bed and I'll open my eyes and there'll be a face just right in front of me. That was my
Oh my God.
that's one of my fears, and it still is because I get really uncomfortable when I'm face to face with somebody really closely. I just get unbelievably uncomfortable, but usually when I'm sleeping at night and shit, because I watched this one Ghost Hunter episode, and apparently this chick saw a floating head, and it was like right next to her face, and like I don't know what the fuck it was, but like that got me. So like I always like when I was little, I used to slowly open my eyes every time to like make sure that there's no face. in
Even when
front
you
of me.
just woke up?
Nah, no, it's usually when I wake up at like 12 o'clock in the morning and shit like that.
Hmm. That's crazy.
But I don't like that. I don't like that a lot.
Yeah, you don't like that?
I don't like faces in my face.
Are you afraid of eye contact? Is that what it is?
Oh my God.
No, it's just like the fact that like
He's like, it's too intimate, you know? I
There's
don't
a-
like being intimate
there's like
with
a fucking
disembodied
being,
faces.
you know?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Every time
this-
someone
you know,
looks him in the eyes,
yeah.
he just looks away or looks down or in the distance or something, man. He can't handle it.
Dude, I'll stare into your fucking soul right now. I swear
Dude,
to
if you
God.
want to make out, just hit me up.
All right.
I'll fly
so,
down there.
So anyway, guys.
So anyways, childhood fears, right? So like
The sexual
Um,
tension is unreal.
well dude, never mind. It's not a good topic.
One of my fears from my childhood kind of came to life. It was rough because,
Okay.
well, okay, look. So, as y'all know, that I am from the South, and not a lot of people from the South have much. I was part of that lower class population of people, and my parents were they were great people, but they did some very questionable things in their lifetime. And my mom ended up getting cancer, and so she was fine for a very long time. But I remember, like, as a kid, like, going to school and, like, me talking to other people about, like, their families and my family and whatnot, and me being like, well, one day I'm gonna wake up and be at school and get the call from, like, the hospital
Oh, man. Wow.
and say that my mom is dead. And that actually happened.
That's
It
real.
fucking sucks. Like, but it was a fear that did end up coming to life. I mean, I got over it eventually, but it was rough for a little bit.
I'm fucking sure that's
Moment of
rough.
silence
That's
for Mama Brooke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 17 when she passed away, and I'm 20 now, so it's been a
rough,
couple
man.
years.
I can't even imagine.
R.I.P. Mama Batty.
Yeah, she chilling. She's participating in the podcast. She's right next to me.
Yes, sir.
Good
Yes,
shit.
sir. That's what it's about.
it's like she actually sees her.
She makes my lights flicker in my room.
Whoa.
Oh yeah,
All
All
right.
right. Spiritual energy.
yeah. That's a childhood fear. For me, yeah.
Residual energy
That's
beef.
a good transition into irrational fears. Right?
That
Okay.
man.
well,
Yeti.
I told you about my aliens.
Why is that irrational?
Aliens aren't real. No, I said it's a good segue into
I
rational
mean, aliens
fears.
could be
Oh,
real.
rational. I thought you
Oh.
said irrational.
No, that's what we've been talking about the whole time, I think. I don't
No?
know.
Well, okay. Well, dude.
Yeah.
Rational fears. I don't think I have any.
Being scared of the dark should be rational because it's not
It is.
scared
It's
of
a
the
natural
dark, it's
human
scared
trait.
of what's in
Oh.
it.
It's a natural human trait.
You
I got a
something,
rational
you got
fear.
something else? Snakes. That'll probably be a rational one, right?
I love
No.
snakes.
Why
I don't
Who's
like
scared of
snakes,
My rational
and I don't
fear-
like the dark.
is like I always like when I'm in my car at nighttime. I always have a rational fear of someone running up to my car.
Dude,
Break
you're
in.
scared
that
of
happened
being
to me
mugged?
one night. That
Oh.
happened to me one night.
Did
I was
you get
driving
robbed?
home. No. I was driving home at like 4 a.m. one night, and I pulled up to this intersection, and there was an abandoned gas station, and then it was like in my dad's neighborhood, so like everything has to be like
Abandoned.
gated, like locked
Oh.
up. Really, like they triple lock everything, and then they put the gates down on everything at night. And this fucking crackhead walked up to my car when I was at a red light. Don't know why I didn't run it at 4 a.m., but my windows were down. And he walked up, and he was about to lean into the car, and I just rolled the window up on him and stared at him until the light turned green.
What the fuck?
I should have been more scared than I was, but I was genuinely amused because he was like
Did you hear him?
definitely on crack.
Did he say anything? Did he get a word
No,
out?
no, he literally was like stumbling to my car.
So
And
he
tried
was
to
just
lean
looking
in.
at you.
Yeah, like he didn't say anything or nothing. That's why I just stared at him.
He could have been a murderer.
Yeah, and I would have been too. What about it?
T ready to
Wow.
catch a case.
Okay.
She gonna catch a body at the red light.
On G.
On
No,
job.
don't say that. Don't incriminate me.
Yeah.
We're joking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're joking.
In
Wow.
Minecraft,
So
guys.
weird, right,
In
guys?
Minecraft.
We're
Yes.
joking.
Talk about those
Minecraft.
damn creepers, bro. They always sneak
Yeah.
up on you.
Exactly.
Always trying to blow shit up.
I
On-
think
Yeah.
heights can be a rational fear to have.
Oh, definitely, dude.
Of being up high. You know.
To a certain extent, it honestly depends on what the circumstances are. Because if you're flying in a plane, then I'd get it. But if you're like on a Ferris wheel, or like just something that launches you in the air, like the slingshot
Nah.
thing, I can get that because I would never ride that. Some roller coasters I won't ride because I don't feel safe.
Oh, I am scared of stationary heights. Like, I don't mind being up really high if I'm moving, like on a plane or like on a really fast roller coaster or something, but I can't do Ferris wheels.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that it stays
Yeah,
and
Ferris wheels kinda freak
you're
me
in
out.
the air, and it can like rock the car that you're in. It's unsettling.
Yeah, stationary heights just leave too much room for error.
And not to mention all the movies and shit you see about things going wrong on those, you know.
Yeah.
Or the memes.
I'll skydive, but I will never bungee cord.
No, I
Oh,
could
yeah.
What
never.
the fuck?
Same with skydiving. I would be scared that someone would sabotage my shoot.
Here's the thing. It's weird because like bungee cording, I just have a fear of it snapping, and I just go just fucking land in the rocks and just blow up.
My
right?
fear would be that
But,
they
like-
just made it too long. They just made it too long, and I just smack whatever. Because that happened in like the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, right? Like that's how someone died in that show.
Just,
I was
jeez.
like, okay, yeah, I'm never doing that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I'll skydive because like there's so much time you get used to it. Probably after like 2 minutes of being in the air falling. Like,
Yeah, but what if your parachute doesn't work and then you just free fall and then pancake on the ground?
Well, you know,
the
Brooke.
chances of that are low.
You guys ever seen King of the Hill?
But if it does happen, you die instantly. And you'll probably pass out before you hit the ground because you're freaking out, so.
Either that or because
Well,
the G-force
yeah.
is so harsh.
You gotta go limp when you hit the ground, and your chances of surviving is way higher.
That's
Nice.
interesting. Yeah, I think there's like a story of like a woman who like fell from skydiving and her
Fell
thing
and
didn't
lived.
work. She like landed in grass or some shit. And she was like pregnant too or whatever.
Oh my
Pregnant?
goodness.
Really?
Oh
What
my
the
god,
fuck?
she landed on her stomach? That would have been fire.
Who popped it?
Beef?
He's pro-choice.
Launched like a cannon.
There's already too many
pro-choice, don't
people on
worry.
this fucking planet, bro. We've talked about this before.
we gonna have to censor beef.
Oh, come
This man
on.
talking about killing babies.
No, I'm not.
You said
So
that
anyway,
if the pregnant lady would have
It is
landed on her
natural
stomach, it would have been
selection.
great.
I'm not talking
Natural
about murdering
selection.
anybody.
What?
Natural.
I mean, yeah, if you go
selection.
skydiving and you're pregnant, you kind of deserve the Darwin Award.
Yeah, she didn't know
Exactly,
she
bruh.
was pregnant. It was like she was very early.
Oh, so her
But-
sstomac wouldn't have been
Oh.
big enough anyways.
so, like,
That's
it
probably
doesn't
an
even
important
count.
detail. Yeah, that's probably an important
Yeah,
detail.
Yeah,
Probably.
it doesn't count then.
Maybe we should just move on, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, we could if you want. I
I feel like
guess.
I've
Beef.
said too much
Wow.
already.
Wow. No, you didn't say enough. You gotta tell us more, Beef.
Fucking.
It's a topic for another day. They're not ready for this one.
Yeah, they're not. Okay. What were we about to say, Kanashi? We're about to lay it
I
down.
don't know, dog. I'm trying to like segue into something. I just got.
Honestly, we're already like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't we usually keep it at like 20?
Oh, do we?
It's 27. We got
I feel like it's good.
Yeah, we got two
Good
whole
stopping
minutes,
point. We can
guys.
say goodbye
what
now.
are we gonna do? What are we gonna do, guys? All right, everybody. Thank you for listening
Kaden.
to
Follow me on
3 out of
Instagram.
5 podcasts. Don't do that. I'm going to censor that. No.
Wow. Don't follow me on Instagram.
No.
Oh my god. All right.
Oh.
Let's just play it like Warren and
it's
say
your boy.
bye. All right, bye.
Skinny
guys.
pie.
Bye.
Jesus Christ, the
God,
fucking
T.
cut.